is there so that you can download your chat. Why would you want to do that? Because you want to improve your webinar over time. This way you can download, find out what questions were asked, download your chat, and that way improve your next webinar. Okay, the next one, the one that looks like a graph, is your statistics icon. So if you click on that, you can go in and see your statistics. And then the final one over there is the trash bin. So you can delete your webinar if you want to. Okay, coming back to webinars, I can go ahead and start the webinar here. And now we're in the green room of the webinar system. So on the left side, you see the admin panel. On the right hand side, you see the chat panel. And on the top, you see the menu bar. So on admin, you can just flip this in and out by clicking on it. Same with chat. You have a slide out panel that comes in or out. You can chat here with your audience. For example, I'd say, hey, welcome. On the top menu bar, you can see share screen. You can share your screen from here. If you don't see it yet and it's your first time, it just means that you need to go ahead and grab the plugin, download the extension that will appear right here. Once you've installed the extension, then you'll see share screen. Okay, this is where you can switch on your mic or off your mic, switch on or off your camera here, and then this is your speaker, so this controls your sound. Coming through the admin panel, here you can see that there are 2 admin members. If I double click it, you can see that there's Kimberly and Danny. I can also see what has been shared, so if their mic has been shared, camera, or their desktop. Here I can see 0 attendees because we don't have any on. If we have them, then we see the list of attendees here. You can search for attendees here as well if you want. Then I can also share my screen from here if I want. So you've got 2 places to share from. And then we've got presentation materials. Let's go in here. Here you can find your uploaded slides. If you want to share that, you can just click share now, and then you can see the slide right here. The reason it's small, I will explain in a moment. So I'll stop sharing for now. The other thing I can share is a YouTube video, for example. So if I want to run a webinar semi-live, and I've already recorded a webinar, you've seen how you can download it. I can just grab it, grab the YouTube URL, for example. I can grab this one that I did a little bit ago. I can grab the URL. Come back into WebinarHD, go ahead and paste that in there. And then if I, just to show you, I can click play now. And here it's playing now.
Hey there, everyone.
So it does start automatically. I'll go ahead and stop. That's where you can see the benefits of running a webinar semi-live. The webinar will run. You can just attend to the chat box. So let me go back to the main menu of the admin panel because this is where the real magic works. So let me switch on a couple cameras, actually showing you a previously recorded camera. So there you can see Danny. And then he's going to switch on another camera where you're going to see a lovely bunny. So here you can see 2 cameras are on. You can see the bunny and you can see Danny. And then if you see these buttons, you've got the side-by-side button. These are the different layouts that you can select. He's adding a presentation in now, so you can see how to put this together. You can see the side-by-side, that's the presentation and Danny himself. With a click of a button, you can go into the next presentation mode. This is the mastermind screen. So right now you see Danny and the bunny. If there's 6 people, you'll see, 4 more squares of people in there on the mastermind session. Okay, another layout that you can do is where we're showing a presentation, for example, in the background, and then you've got 2 people here. Say you're doing an interview or something like that. You've got 2 cameras showing here. The other one is an interview layout, which makes it so that the presenters are a little bit larger than the previous one. So you can also have your background if you're running a presentation. You've got your interviewee and your interviewer, for example, here. Now on the back, you can be working with your presentation. So you can just go through the slides from here, for example. Over here, you've got your chat as well. Pretty cool. That's what you can do during a webinar. You can also change your layouts at any time. Start webinar down in the lower left is where you start. Make sure that you do switch on your mic so that people hear you. And that's it from the green room. Really a lot of versatility here in WebinarHD. I'm going to go ahead and exit. I'm also going to show you how you can add an attendee as an admin member during your webinar. To set the stage, here I am here in the green room. This is before the webinar has begun. You can see that there's one admin member and one attendee. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen so that there's something for my attendee to look at. I'm going to go in and just kind of grab a slide here to have as my background, and this way they can see kind of what's, something other than an infinity screen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start my webinar. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and go into the attendees. And as you can see, Danny DeVries is the attendee here. I'm going to go ahead and click on the little monitor icon in order to make him elevated to an admin in this webinar. And after I click on that, you can see there are now 0 attendees, which means he has been elevated to an admin. Here you can see that there's now 2 admin members, which means he's been elevated. Let's go ahead and turn my camera on so you can see. And there is myself, and there is my attendee who's now an admin as well. So we're both now admins, so you can see both of them. Why is this important? Because during a webinar, no longer is it just one-way street. You want to be able to interact with your attendees and bring them on at any moment that you choose, as many as you want, so that you can actually get the interaction going on the webinars. And that's why you can elevate attendees in this manner. And now back to the main menu. We basically went through the upcoming events and past events. Going back here, I haven't shown you any live events yet, so let's show you how we can set that up. It's very similar to the instant webinar. You go through your configuration, that's all of your basics, you invite your presenters, you add your branding, you switch on or off your notifications as desired, and you go to room configuration where you can upload your slides, and this is where the important part is. This is where you're going to stream live. You have to put in your live URL and also your live stream name. So we can stream to Facebook and to YouTube. So I'll show you how to do both of those. So I'm going to go into my Facebook fan page. I'm going to come over here to publishing. This is the publishing tools section. You go into there. From there, you're going to select videos on the left-hand side. From there, you're going to click live on the right-hand side. And it's automatically going to go to connect. This is where you're finding those URLs, the server URL and the stream key. You're going to copy both of those. Those are the key points to put in here to WebinarHD. You just add them in here. I'm just going to copy each one individually and put it in, and then click next. And that's been created. And then you would send people the invite. On the Facebook side, you're going to, of course, put in your description, put in your title, schedule it. Okay, YouTube, pretty much the same thing. You're going to come over to YouTube and go to My Creator Studio. So over here, Creator Studio Classic, over here on the left. Coming in here, I'm going to go to live streaming. And on the live streaming screen, you can scroll down and you'll see these same links. So you'll see the server URL and you'll see the stream name or stream key. And that's where you're going to grab these links and put them in. And that concludes this demo.